Hello team, today's challenge is digit rotation escape, where we're given a number and we are asked to figure out if the number is divisible by the number of digits it has. If it is, great, we return that specific index. If it isn't, then we rotate it. So actually we were over here, 1, 2, 3, and then we take the 1 and move it to the end so that it's 2, 3, 1, and we try again. If at any point we get something that is cleanly divisible by the number of digits in here, then we return that index, right? That whatever position that is. Otherwise, we just return none. This can all be done pretty quick with just a loop. So the first thing that we're going to do is convert this to a string, okay? So right here, we're going to go num string equals n2 string, okay? And the reason for that is numbers don't have a way of slicing pieces off and moving them around, but strings absolutely do. And so we're going to work on the string, we're going to put it back together, then we're going to do our math, and if it works, then we send it out the door, right? But we need it to be a string in order to move characters around, to move those digits around, okay? So there's that. Then we have our for loop, right? So let I equal 0. That's not a 0, that's a 0. Brilliant. I is less than num string dot length. Okay, so we can't really get a length on a number either, but with a string we absolutely can. So that's a 2 for 1 right there. And of course I plus plus. Okay. Now we need to be able to change the nature of this string. We need to be able to take that first digit, whatever it's going to be. In this case, in test number 1, it's the 1, and move it to the end, okay? Now, when we do this, we're going to do it in a way where the first one isn't actually going to change, and that's okay. That's exactly what we want. We want to be able to test the first instance that we have here, right? The first number, and then make that change. But we don't want to write a bunch of conditional logic for that. Okay, that doesn't make any sense to me, or a bunch of extra stuff. So we are going to do the change every time, but for index 0, it doesn't actually change anything, which is perfect. Okay, that's exactly what we want. So right here, we have that number, and it's going to be num string dot slice I. Okay, and of course we take all that just like this, and we concatenate from 0 to I, okay? So basically what we're doing is we're getting that index. And for the first one, it is 0. So if we toss that in here, we go, we slice from 0 to what? Well, to the end of the string if we don't add a second argument, right? So we're basically slicing the entire string here, right? That's kind of weird. And then for this one, we slice from 0 to, but not including 0. So we get an empty string here. We're adding an empty string to the whole string, which means that the number at position 0 is exactly where we need it to be. So this logic just works, and it works for all of them. If you go and slide other numbers into here, you'll find that it slices and dices it properly. Okay, no worries. From here we have an if statement. Okay. And that if statement is the number modulo, right here, the number dot length. So num string dot length, just like this. In reality, we could have also just used num dot length, now that I'm thinking about it, but it all works out, right? We want to make sure that that is equal to 0, and if it is, then we return I, okay? Otherwise, all the way down here, we take this, add some quotes, and go none, okay? And it's done. It's really, hopefully that makes a lot of sense, right? It's really that quick, right? And again, we don't need any conditional logic for the slicing, right? We didn't need to, we could have, right? We could have had a condition that is I equal to 0? Then just set num equal to num string. We could have, right? But this still works, and it doesn't actually hurt performance that much, okay? Then from there, we test it. Notice that we did not change this. So the thing that comes out of here, out of all this slicing, is a string, okay? We didn't do that. If you wanted to, you could add a plus sign. It doesn't change anything because the modulo, it knows that this needs to be a number, so it tries to force it. The only time this becomes a real question is when we're doing addition, when we're using the plus sign. Every other operator tends to automatically coerce it for us. So hooray for that, right? But if you wanted to be explicit, you can add that plus sign. And I think if you were doing TypeScript, it would actually throw an error. So it's probably better to have that plus sign to say, hey, no, I really want a number here, okay? That's it, right? That's the whole thing. So hopefully that makes sense. Again, not every solution, just hopefully one good solution. If you found others, if you like this, if you hate it, let me know in the comments. Otherwise, today this has been digit rotation escape, which is kind of a mouthful, but that's it. And I will see you tomorrow.